agenda, are y'all ready?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, today is February the 23rd, 2026, 9 o'clock a.m. Gonzales County Commissioners Court will now be in session. So we were going to go move to public comment, but apparently we don't have any public comment there. I just wanted to take the opportunity and time today in public comment or whatever that I wanted to thank our elected officials, our auditor and Crystal and all of the folks that we have here, Cheryl, our Commissioners Court, that Gonzales County is really in good shape with the elected officials that we have, and that I just wanted y'all to know that I appreciate all that y'all do, and I know with all of the taxes and stuff that's been coming on, greatly appreciate that. So, anyway, all right. Let's move to the consent agenda. The following may be acted upon in one motion. A commissioner, county judge, or a citizen may request items to be pulled for separate discussion and or action. And Lana, also your office too. I just know that when I'm back on my soapbox, because I mean there's a lot of times that I call her office, especially on these county roads and stuff, and the research and our HR. I just want to tell each and everybody I'm very proud of our county and all the work that everybody puts in and all your employees. Y'all are all valuable.
Thank you, I appreciate that.
All right, do we have anybody have any questions on the consent agenda?
I move that we act on the consent agenda and approve it. There's no discussion or action.
I'll second that.
All right, had a motion and a second to accept the consent agenda as listed. Any further discussion? All in favor? All opposed? All right. And that also covers this one. Hang on, the one behind here, the special session too. All right, deliberate and consider action of the following items. Number 12, update from Jimmy Harless regarding the drought conditions and the burn ban status.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Our KBDI as of Friday was 592. There are sections of the county that are in the 640s, so it's kind of spotty. This last round of moisture really didn't do a whole lot. We're awfully dry with the fronts pushing through, the dry fronts. It's continuing to dry out. I know that the Texas Forest Service is concerned about the Gonzales County area with the fuel load and the low humidity and that kind of thing. It's just that time of year. I would recommend to the court that we keep it on kind of the same as what the court decided to do. We have not issued any permits. There were a few that were permitted prior to the court's decision 2 weeks ago that, of course, I was directed to allow those to continue, but until we get some significant moisture, I would recommend that we continue with what we're doing currently.
Everybody good?
I think we had one guy call, one taxpayer out there at Leesville called in about, he was concerned about the Quinn's Hobby with the solar farm.
So, Commissioner, I do know that if an adjacent property owner is affected by any of the smoke from even a permitted burn, we can deal with that. That is not allowed under the TCEQ rules. I know that the Sheriff's Office has been very helpful after hours and on the weekends with the deputies dealing with that. But if your concerned resident out there is being affected by that, then we can deal with that.
I don't think it's affecting me, just seeing it and smelling the smoke all the time. He's just concerned about, you know, that Quinsabi got grass on it,
Right,
you know.
right. So if, if somebody is concerned, certainly call us or call the sheriff's office and let us go look at it. We don't mind. Like I said, it is not allowed under TCQ rules to affect an adjacent property owner physically.
So you can catch a bunch of slack about not issuing any permits?
Not really. I don't know, Sheriff, if you caught any,
No, sir.
not really, Commissioner.
You know, you look up there in the panhandle and up there in Oklahoma City, it's just burning
They
out
got
of
some
control.
serious
Yes.
fires out of
And
there.
it could happen here.
Easily. And I know that I talked to the Texas folks, and they are concerned about this particular area, about the fuel load and the dryness that we're under, so.
Well, I think we ought to continue with what we got with no new permits. I'm all right with that. If y'all
So,
all right
I
with that.
think so. We don't need to take any chances, I think.
All right, we shall leave it as it is. Move to number 13, to discuss, consider, discuss, and take any necessary action on subdivision applications, taking note of known exceptions, consider any request for variance. And we have two, A and B. First exception request is precinct number 2, Clampett.
Yes, sir. Commissioner Brzezowski, did you get a chance to look at it? It's just a grand.
I'm good with it.
Okay, so that's an exception and meets our requirements.
I talked to the people and I'm all right with it.
Okay.
So, you want to approve all these at one time, or you just want to do the precinct 2?
Just do the precinct 2.
Okay. I move that we approve the precinct 2 request for the planting.
Second.
Motion and a second to approve the Clampett exception, precinct 2. Any further discussion? All in favor? All opposed? Motion carries. Number 2 is the Johnson vacate and replat, precinct 3.
Yes, sir. This is just a kind of a basic vacate of 2 lots in the settlement of Patriot Ranches, whereby they own both lots. They're vacating the 2 lots, creating one big lot. We've done this several times out there. What that does is removes the easement in the middle so that they can build a house across those lot lines. It's just a basic standard change is all it is to the plat.
I'm gonna make a motion that we vacate plot 214, 215 in the settlement precinct 3.
Second.
Motion and a second for the Johnson vacate in precinct number 3. Any further discussion?
Judge, I'll need their signatures too.
And we'll need signatures today. Any further discussion? All in favor? All opposed? Motion carried. Move to number 14, discuss with action bid for resale property, suite 6792, parcel 13369, lot H, also known as lot 8, block 14, third subdivision of the Lafayette Place addition, in addition to the town of Gonzales, Gonzales County, Texas, according to the map or plot thereof, recorded in volume 85, page 402, deed records of Gonzales County, Texas. Ma'am?
This was one of the properties that was originally offered for tax sale December 3rd, 2024. Received no bids, was placed on the resale list at that time, has been sitting on the resale list. Our original judgment date was June 17, 2024. Tax years due of 2005 through 2024. Post-judgment taxes due of $996.77. The original opening bid of $26,004.74. With the bid that we have received, the bid amount is $13,005 plus the post-judgment taxes of $996.77 for a total amount of $14,001.77. As this bid conforms to the county's policy of resale properties held in trust, with the amount of bid being more than one half of the original opening bid. I recommend approval of said bid pending the approval of the other entities.
And this property is located behind, I believe, the Craven property that's there, that's on that creek. Is that?
This property is at 1420 St. Matthew. So it's, there's a map attached. It's the,
Yeah, that's that one that y'all mowed that has that creek area in it, I believe.
It, from what I remember, because it's been a couple of years since I drove past it, because I go by before the original tax sale to look at the property. It has a little concrete, slab on it. There was a tractor on it or something at that time. I don't know what it is now.
Is that one you made?
Yeah, that's the one I mowed, but it'd be, that lot should be actually east to go with that creek one.
Yeah, let's write adjacent to it.
Yeah, right adjacent
Yeah, that
to
way,
it.
so if y'all know what we're talking about.
So what's your thoughts on that?
I'm good with that one.
Sell it?
Meet all the requirements.
Yeah.
I mean, it's met the requirements that the entities have as far as properties held in trust. I mean, but it's up to you, whatever you.
I move we approve item 14 as recommended for the sale of the resale property as listed.
And I'll second it.
Motion and a second, for item number 14, resale property as, whatever is submitted, on a resale deed. Any further discussion?
Pending the approval.
Pending the approval of the other, taxing entities. Any further discussion? All in favor? All opposed, motion carries. Number 15, discuss with action county hazard mitigation update plan, Gonzales County, to adopt a resolution.
So this is the hazard mitigation plan that we started, was it several years ago, seems like this? That the state requires us to do periodically. I believe the term is 5 years. What that does is we have gotten with the cities and the mayors and the school districts and such. It's a basic plan that the state requires, that FEMA requires and approves, so that we can qualify for additional grant money and be able to apply for grants. It's one of those boxes that has to be checked in order to qualify. We are finally at the end. The plan has been submitted to FEMA and is now in the entity's hands for approval. We wanted to get the court's approval on it. It's basically just a go over and what could happen and what we foresee may be potential issues such as flooding, hurricanes, that kind of stuff. It's just basic 101. But unfortunately, we have to have that done every 5 years. And I think the court, I guess a couple of years ago, hired a consultant group, and we're finally at the end. So I would ask the court to approve that today.
When does FEMA do official sign off on it?
Well, they're out by now, right? So, I don't know. It normally takes about 90 days, but until they come back to work, I don't have an answer for you, unfortunately.
Hurry up, wait.
Yes, sir.
We'll read the resolution to y'all. Whereas the Federal Disaster Mitigation Act of 2000 amended the Robert T. Stafford Disaster Relief and Emergency Assistance Act, the Stafford Act, creating the framework for state, local, tribal, and territorial governments to engage in hazardous mitigation planning to receive certain types of non-emergency disaster assistance. And whereas the Disaster Mitigation Act of 2000 was amended in May of 2023 to require an active hazard mitigation plan for federal grant funding eligibility, and whereas a core team comprising of members of Gonzales County participating sub-jurisdictions and the school districts took part in the identification of critical facilities, community capabilities, identification and prioritization of natural hazard risks, and the identification of new hazardous mitigation actions. And whereas the stakeholder and participants also provided input, and whereas Gonzales County and its Commissioners Court commit to comply with annual plan reviews as described by FEMA, and whereas the plan incorporates the comments, ideas, and concerns of communities, which this updated plan is designed to protect, ascertained through a series of public outreach meetings, newspaper coverage, public of the draft plan for the public review and comment, and other activities. And whereas the plan is currently under review by FEMA, and additional edits to the plan content may be required to ensure compliance with 44 CFR 201.6.
Well, I move we approve the Gonzales County Hazard Mitigation Plan, Gonzales County Adoption Resolution.
Second.
All right, motion to approve the Gonzales County Adoption Resolution. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes. Now therefore be it resolved by the Commissioners Court of Gonzales County on this date, February 23rd, 2026, the 2025 Hazardous Mitigation Plan update, including any future edits needed for federal compliance, is hereby approved and adopted by the Commissioners Court, and resolved to execute the action in the plan.
What about that? No, it's just a
Like it's that sign of that. I just want to remind you.
All right, and Commissioners, after we adjourn, don't forget, we still have to sign Jimmy's platter. He's gonna be running us down. Commissioner Staton,
Make a motion, we adjourn.
Second.
all in favor? Aye. All opposed? Very good.